Hey, this is Kylie. Sorry for the windy noise. I'm outside because the lighting is good. This is just a quick review of my Victorinox Spirit tool. There's a few reviews out there, but someone wanted me to do one of mine. The first thing is the sheath. It's really good quality, but I never use it. I don't like that Velcro so much, and it doesn't have horizontal carry, and for a tool this size I like it horizontal. So I actually use it in a Leatherman horizontal belt carry that I carried, and that's really good. But my one was the one that comes with the extra tool, which is really handy. It's like a little screwdriver type set, and it's got nothing to do with the main tool. It's just like a spannery type tool that you can click in and use that way or that way. And I never carry that. It's too bulky and too heavy. I just use that in my belt bag and things. If I'm carrying it, it's just a handy little tool, so I got it. And let's have a look at the actual tool itself. One thing that's quite interesting is it comes with a corkscrew screwdriver, like on the Swiss Armies, but it's not attached. It actually, you can lock it in either side, but if I show you this here, it just goes into this little hole like that and locks into place, and then you've got your corkscrew if you want that. So that's quite funny. The Swiss tool is quite different from a Leatherman. I've had both. I've had the Charge TTI and this one is just a lot more comfortable to hold. This is the ergonomic one, the Spirit, and it's got that curved shape on the handle, and the main advantage to that is the butterfly shape. When you open it, you've got nice curvature through here, and that makes it very comfortable to hold compared to a Leatherman. Leathermans aren't bad, but this is just better ergonomics. And the other thing is, because the tools are all on the outside when closed, it means that the inside surface when open is actually very smooth, and that's what you're biting down on and grabbing, so that's more comfortable. You don't have all the tools biting in your hand when you open it and use it, and that's an advantage to me. I also think that it's an advantage that they designed it like a normal Swiss Army with the tools on the outside, so when you need something, you know, the pliers aren't always what you're using, so when you take it out, the first thing you can do is just get the tool you need and use it, and that's a very good feature to me. The only thing I like better about the Leatherman is the one-handed folding knife opening system. That is excellent on the knife if you're not carrying a secondary knife. I find it's very, very good. But most other features I prefer on this. I just find that the tools on this are more useful in everyday life than on my Leatherman. The Leatherman's got some neat little tools, but they just don't seem as robust, and just not the same ones that I find as useful. The best tools on this that I like are, you've got this humongous flathead screwdriver, which is actually a crate opener as well. It's very, very solid and strong feeling. And it's designed as a pry bar, a mini pry bar, and that's very, very useful for getting paint cans open and things. You know, even the edge it's designed for being prying, it's flat on one side and bevels down for wedging. Great, great quality design. The locking on this is easier to close. It's spring-loaded on the side, so you don't have to muck around to close it. Your fingers are in the right spot. And just go through a couple of the tools. This is one of the other ones that's quite unique and incredibly useful, and this is the mini chisel for scraping. So you've got that chisel on the grind. It's like having a couple of mini Atwood tools in your pocket, and you've got your wire strippers and things. And again, it's quite a robust feeling one, and good for cutting wires, cables, or scraping glass. You know, each of the tools is really well thought out. It's got the saw. The saw cuts really well. I don't use that a huge amount. My one's got the butter knife type shape with the full serrations. It's very, very sharp, and it's got a small flat area there. And when this goes dull, I'm just going to regrind it into a flat profile. But it's actually a almost a full flat grind shape, even on each side. Very, very nice, and it cuts very, very well, and the sheep's foot's safe. So it actually works really good. I do like it as a knife, but again, it's not a quick access one. But I guess on this tool it's not critical, it's just handy to have that quick access. On the other side, I use this quite a bit with my knife making. This is the metal file and saw, and that cuts through steel really well, especially that little saw bit there. It works as a great file. What else have we got? The Swiss Army bottle opener works much better than the Leatherman one, I find. Just the style, I think you go forwards rather than backwards, but it pops open a can really quickly, and it's quite nice to use. I won't go through every tool, just the ones that I find are especially good. You got a little flathead screwdriver, that's fine. This one came with a really nice pair of scissors, but I find that the opening on the scissors is not that great. It's not even wide enough to cut through a straw, which is what I use scissors a lot for. They do cut well, but I think it could have been better if they'd allowed the opening to be bigger. But the mechanism on it's really good. And what else we got? Very, very well designed is this awl, which is designed like a single side from a pair of scissors. So you've actually got your chisel grind there. What I found, if you're carving a hole through a leather belt or something, as you slowly go through it, it actually shaves, so it creates a very, very even, perfect hole. You're not just stabbing a messy hole. By turning it like that with that scissors blade on it, it cuts up really nicely and makes great, perfect holes, and it does wood as well. The quality of the machining is really, really good. It's everything's just really nice fit and finish, really clean and pristine. And I do like the Swiss Army logo. Maybe that's just part of it. And yeah, overall it's just a really good tool, and I just find I like using it better than the Leatherman because the tools on it are more functional to what I actually use every day. So I'm quite happy with it, and it's got that nice stainless steel finish. Just a quick side category, I've got one of the Leatherman crunches here. I like to have this in my tool bag. It's just a nice, quick, easy opening tool for when I need to grab one side of a nut. You know, sometimes just one tool, you need two sometimes. One's not always enough, and that's pretty neat. But if I open up the tools in here, it's the locking and everything just feels a bit more, I don't know, toyish or childish almost. This has got a pretty neat blade on it too. But yeah, everything just doesn't feel as strong. I don't know, it could just be a complete misconception, but the quality of the tools just doesn't look as good. And that might just be the quality finish, you know. If this was all super shiny, mirror polish, not just satin, it might feel better, but the Leathermans just don't quite have the same quality feel. But I'm sure they are. I have no doubt that both companies have just such exceptional warranties, and I don't doubt that they both work great. I just feel, it's a feeling, that the Swiss Army feels better. But this crunch is actually a great little tool as a secondary one to go with a Leatherman or a Victorinox. Said that clamping for getting the other side of a bolt's great. Anyway, that was my quick review of a Victorinox Swisstool. Really, really great. Excellent feeling in the hand. And I should really show that for the last frame. I said it's you can't quite flick it open like a butterfly knife, but you can do it one-handed if you need to. Very, very smooth. Thanks, guys.